Hi everyone, so it's been a little over a year since I last posted on here, and I figured it's about time that I updated my channel with some new content. So I have this project that I've been wanting to get to with the aviary for a while, and I'm finally getting to it today. So I figured this would be a perfect time for me to film a video and kind of show you guys the whole experience, and that way you can also see how Smokey and I are doing, and we can keep you updated. So let's go outside and we'll get to it. If you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and also you turn on this notification bell, and that way you'll be notified every time that I post a new video. I do post kind of, well, very inconsistently, so this would be a good way for you to keep up to date with anytime I post a video. So here she is, guys. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen Smokey. Come here, Smokes. Good. And to be honest with you guys, not much has changed in terms of her behavior. She's still a really sweet bird. And we have a treat for her right now. Smokey, can you say hi? Can you say hi? Yeah, she still loves to dance. Can you say hi? Say hi. No, say hi. She's doing all sorts of noises right now. But that's not what we want, Smokes. We just want you to say hi. You want to dance? Say hi. Good. Can you wave to everybody? Wave? I know it's kind of hard. There you go. What a good girl. We're going to walk inside the aviary in a little bit, but before we do that, I want to share with you guys just a few features about the layout of this aviary that I really love. So if you guys take a look at the layout, on all sides of the aviary there are plants and trees surrounding it. That gives Smokey a strong sense of security. She feels really safe inside the aviary. The only side that's exposed really is this front side here. I'm going to take you guys on a little tour, and we are going to kind of do a walk around from the sides of the aviary and make kind of like a semicircle. So what I'm showing you guys here is the right side of the aviary, and the aviary really is just right behind all of these plants. You can see it right there. I'm going to pan my camera and do a little walk around to the front now. And if you guys are fortunate enough to have the space for an outdoor aviary, what I really like about it is that some mornings I'll just bring my coffee out here and I'll sit inside with Smokey, and it's just so peaceful out here. We kind of just escape out here. So our project today is I'm going to be adding this new perch into Smokey's aviary, and I'll walk you guys through on how I decide on perch placement and ideas on how you can kind of best decide where perches should go inside your bird's enclosure. But more importantly, I'm going to share with you guys a really important tip on how you can use a really easy idea and concept to really bring a lot more life into your bird's enclosure, but to also add so much more enrichment into their enclosure. So let's go inside the aviary and let's get started. So now that we're inside of the aviary, let's talk about perch placement. So when you guys are remodeling your bird's cage or their outdoor enclosure, it might be very tempting to want to squeeze in all the perches that you have and all the toys that you have. But I'm going to caution you against overcrowding your bird's cage, because you want to make sure that you maximize the space that they have, and you want to be able to maximize their mobility inside of their enclosure. One rule that I follow is that your bird should be able to flap unobstructed when they're inside of their enclosure. The second rule that I follow that's really important is that if you guys take a look at where Smokey's perches are kind of laid out, all of her droppings will simply land at the very bottom of the aviary floor, and that makes cleaning a breeze. So when I'm adding a new perch like this, I have to keep both of those things in mind. I want to be able to maximize the space in here, but I also want to be able to make sure that the perches don't collect droppings. So one possibility I thought of, and I don't know about you guys, but I get super excited whenever I get a new perch because it's kind of like my way to let my creativity roam free. And I thought one thing I could do is I could place the perch up here. Now, even though this might work, one big drawback is that it now obstructs my entry into and out of the aviary. So I decided against that. The second thing that I could do is I could place the perch somewhere right here. Now, I think any bird person could take a look at this and tell that this is big, like no. And that's because it's right in the center, it's obstructing so much of her ability to fly back and forth. And even if it doesn't, I mean, if I was Smokey, to get from one side to the other, if there's a perch right here, I'd rather just climb on the perch and walk to the other side rather than fly. So it's not like the best way to encourage your bird to fly back and forth. So the best way, in my opinion, would be something like this. Now, this is right now, the way I'm putting it, guys, is only temporary. I'm gonna attach hardwares later to not permanently, but securely mount it to the aviary. But I love this layout because if you guys take a look at it, these two perches kind of form like a V. And from the outside looking in, maybe from your guys' perspective, you can see that this makes the aviary look a lot more open, a lot bigger, and a lot more spacious. Now for Smokey, there are several benefits of putting this perch the way that I just laid it out. She's still able to fly from this perch anywhere to any of these perches. She could also fly from here onto the new perch. But if she wanted to, she could also climb from this perch down to this one. Probably the biggest advantage of putting the perch this way is that all of this middle space inside of the aviary is now still empty. And that's what I want. I want this whole middle area to be empty so that when I enter, I can easily walk around the aviary. But for Smokey, she could also easily move back and forth from one side to the other using her wings. Hi guys, so I just got done attaching the perch to the aviary and securing it with hardwares. So you might have noticed that the aviary is wide open and she hasn't been in there the entire time while I was working. So just in case you guys are curious, I kind of felt like it was unsafe for her to be in there while I was working with the drill, especially since the aviary is also open. So she's been right over here chilling. Right, Smokes? What you doing? Hi, you want to scratch? So she's been very calm just on the side. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next part, and then we'll put Smokey in and we'll see how she reacts to all of it. So now I'm using a 1/2-inch drill bit. I'm going to drill holes straight through many of these perches. You guys are not going to have any idea what I'm doing right now or why I'm doing it. So I'll just explain it to you guys after I'm done. Alright guys, so I have a pair of garden shears, and I think the next thing that I do is going to really help you guys understand the point to all the madness and the reason for drilling all those holes that I did. I'm going to take off a few of these branches. Alright guys, so these are some of the branches that I took off from my guava tree, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to hose them down. since these were in my backyard, I know that there weren't any any chemical pesticides that were used on them. So a quick spray. And again, the only reason why I'm using my high pressured water hose to hose these down is because I want to get rid of any bird droppings from the wild birds that were perching on the tree. I want to get all of that off, but I think we're good. So let's move on. So can you guys guess why we drilled those holes now? The reason for drilling those holes is because now I can take these guava branches that I just cut off, and I can just stick them right inside the holes that I just drilled. And I'm actually really excited right now, guys, to bring Smokey back inside to see how she would react to all of this. If you guys have a bird that doesn't really play with their toys that you guys bought at the pet store, this is a great way, I think, to get them to forage. And I don't know any bird that would say no to fresh branches and fresh leaves. I told you guys at the very beginning that I would add a lot more life to Smokey's aviary, and this is exactly what I meant. And this is one really easy way. You guys saw how quickly it took me to do it. Super easy to get your bird to take their environment and just make it so much more enriched. So now let's bring Smokey back in. Alright guys, so Smokey is back inside the aviary, inside her crate. Let's open this up. Hey Smokes! You excited? Yeah, shake it off. Okay, let's go perch. You want to go perch? There you go. Look, Smokes, look at all these branches. You want to go over there? Okay, she's making her way around, so I'm going to have to shift the camera around. Hey, don't destroy the camera. So here she is, guys.
Exactly, I'm not a girl. Oh!
Now I do want to note that if you guys are doing this for your bird, make sure that whatever branches you're getting, well, I guess your branches from, that that it's safe for parrots. And most fruit trees are going to be safe for parrots. If you guys are unsure, what I would do is just do a quick Google search. And there are lots of websites that would tell you guys what plants and what trees are parrot safe and which ones are not. I feel like this is a scene from National Geographic. Another thing that you guys can do is in the holes that you drilled, if you don't have any of these available, what you can also do is stick some treats inside. So I'm just going to stick a pistachio nut inside that little hole. I usually don't give Smokey more than one of these a day, but you know what? Today's a special day, so I'm going to just stick it in there. Look what we have, Smokes. Do you see the nut? I don't know if she sees it or not. Look, Smokes, you want a nut? It's right there. Nope, not interested right now. What a good bird. Hi, Smokes. Can you dance? There you go. What a good bird. Do you feel like scratches right now? Can you do that? All right, that's close enough, Smokes. What is it? Where's the dog? Where's Smokey? I mean, where's Snuggles? Can you call Snuggles? So as I mentioned earlier in the video, guys, throughout the years, Smokey's behavior hasn't really changed much. She's very even-tempered and still the sweet bird that you guys all know. Right, Smokes? Let's go. Whoa. Can you knock? Knock? Knock on my hand. No? And she's just sunbathing right now. Right, Smokes? All right, you want to get up? Here, grab my finger. There you go. Can you make that sound? Make that sound. Can you do it? Good girl. That's a good bird. Smokey, can you ask everybody what they're doing? Good. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Yeah. I don't know if she'll do it right now, guys, but she does this really playful thing when I bounce her up and down. Smokey, ready? Ooh, 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 ooh. So that is the end of our video for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, or if you guys found that it was helpful, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button right down below. And in the comment section, I'm going to challenge you guys to tell me about your bird. So I want to know anything interesting about your bird. If your bird is tame, if you guys keep your bird in an outdoor aviary, if you keep them indoors, if they're flighted or they're not. I want to know all about your bird. However, here's the challenge. In the comment section, I want you guys to keep your responses in exactly 3 sentences. So I know that you probably could write paragraphs after paragraphs about your bird, but the challenge is I want you to just narrow it down to exactly 3 sentences. At the same time, feel free to read through the comment section and comment on other people's posts, and I will see you guys all next time. Smokes! No more, no, don't